EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Always a pleasure to be along the coast of Maine, Lighthouse Pointe to be exact. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, this is sure to be another exciting day of golf out there. What are the challenges facing our players today?
The length of the golf course for a start, Rich. This golf course just under 7,700 yards. So it's one of the longest ones you'll play. And of course the cliffs, that's why it's called this, they certainly are in play. There is one double green out there, that's the 10th and the 13th hole, they share the same green. Lots of great design features, and you've got it on a prime day in great condition. So enjoy the round and make sure you feast on the vistas as well.
Set to go at the par 4 first, and Frank, this is all you want in an opening hole.
Certainly is, visually as well. 90-degree dogleg left. There is a bunker down the end that'll sort of catch it if you hit it a little bit too strong, but you've got to get it to at least the corner of that dogleg if you want to have any chance of making birdie at the opening hole. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Now playing the second here at the par 4.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just has the feel today. Now on the tee at the par 3 second, it's a long one. This will require a pure strike. Appears to be tracking well. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
How about this? Birdies at 1 and 2. We could be in for something pretty special today. Now the third hole here at Lighthouse Pointe, par 5, 566 yards. .315. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. What a shot. Setting up for an eagle here. Shouldn't be a problem here. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. I'm very impressed.
Well, here at the par 4 fourth, 411 yards, Frank, this is the kind of hole where you want to pull out the cell phone and maybe take a few pictures because the views are absolutely amazing.
And you also see why this golf course is called the Cliffs, that's for sure. Great vistas. This front nine completely lines the coast, so you're going to need to keep it fairly straight on this golf course. This hole in particular, though, the fairway is actually rather generous, so you do get a little bit of reprieve off the tee, and you really want to hit the fairway because that green is very tiny, Rich. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Settles in over the putt. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
In for par, and will sit tight at 4 under. Now at the 5th here at Lighthouse Point to par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
When you stand on this tee, Rich, you don't see any fairway bunkers, but be careful. It can certainly fool you. The goal really with the Cliffs course is to find fairways.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Playing some outstanding golf right now. That's another birdie and 5 under par. Now at the 6th hole, it's a par 3, just under 200 yards. Where's the challenge here, Frank?
Well, you've got to love that bunker on the left side, Rich, especially because it's shaped like a letter L. Got to fly that. Green's not too deep. So really the challenge is trying to flight that ball in amongst the breeze should it kick up.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Headed for a handful right now. 4 birdies on the day. Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Point. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. If you look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie.
Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
Here's to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frank, this would be huge.
Oh, it's got that strut going, everything. This is when that hole starts to look a little bit bigger. You really feel like you can start to make everything.
Has to be feeling good right now. Looks good with 2 straight birdies and 7 under on the card. Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It's only 165 yards, Frank. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
And what a great shot. Right next to the hole. It's about 5 feet. He's putting for birdie now. Moves to -8. We move to the 9th hole and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out, excuse the pun. We are on the coastline here. This whole doglegs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
It's no snack, though. Good roll, good putt.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Beautiful looking shot right here.
It's great. Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards. And more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
He'll take that one all day long. Very solid, about 15 feet away. Playing his third here at the par 5. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful roll. Back here now at the 12th hole, par 4, 439 yards, Frank, to the center of this green off the black tees.
And if the breeze blows left or right, this hole plays very hard. One of the reasons why, just through the fairways littered with bunkers. So not only do you have to pick the right line, but somehow you've got to get that ball the right distance as that hole bends completely to the left. Rather interesting shaped green here at 12.
This is a stiff test, no doubt. Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Just 5 feet left. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now to the 13th hole, and Frank, this could make you quake in your soft spikes. 702 yards, par 5. It might should be a par 6 or a 7.
Well, I think a few people probably will make 6 or 7 here. You're right. This is a rarity in golf, 700 yards. So forget about any thought of even getting close to this par 5 and 2. Plus, just to add insult to injury, the 2 bunkers off the tee are perfectly placed. They're about 298 yards, smack bang in the middle of that. I doubt you can get past those, but you need a good drive, really, to try and leave yourself a short third shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Can't hide the flag stick from that man. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, all right. Now we're on a little bit of a run. 2 straight birdies. Now to the par 3 14th. It is 240 yards. What a golf course, Frank. I mean, this tests the best in the world. I'm talking about McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, and Ricky Fowler. 700-yard par 5s and nearly 600-yard par 4s. This is all you want.
It certainly is, and that's why the total yardage of this golf course is nearly 7,700 yards. This par 3, just a beast at 240 yards. One thing you want to do, though, is avoid Lake Zimmer. It's that big body of water to the right. If anything, though, look at the green. It shapes a little to the right, so you can use that left side of the green, which is away from the lake. It's a smart way to play this.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A 3rd straight birdie.
Some good playing. Great, too.
Beautiful. The round continues at Lighthouse Pointe, and Frank, the 15th hole is a par 4, only 387 yards. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a line like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Can't hide the flag stick from that man. Another one inside of 5 feet. Good putt. And another fun hole here at Lighthouse Pointe. It's the last par 3 on the back 9 as we begin this closing stretch. 241 yards downhill. Par 3 16th. That ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. And he's made it onto the green. He's made it. 17th hole is another par 5 over 600 yards. You get a terrific view of Juniata Crossway Bridge just ahead. And Frank, if you jump over that bridge, you can get a dynamite lobster roll at Nielsen's Lobster Shack. I don't know if you've ever had it.
Oh,
but
it's one of the best.
It just adds to sort of the charm of this area. But what a hole this is.
S-shaped par 5. You can see it bending to the right off the tee, and then the hole starts to go the other way with a magnificent view of the bridge you're just referring to. Reachable for the longest hitters, but once again, avoid the bunkers, and they're all down the right side. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. He'll need to be strong with this. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. Frank, as we arrive here at 18, I'm thinking about what we so often hear up here in New England. You can't get there from here, or can you at this par 4 finishing hole? Boy, this one has a chance to be really good.
Oh, that's fine.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, you have to like what you saw out there today.
I certainly did. Swing is excellent right now. Stroke, there's nothing wrong with that. Really, just it's a case of getting out of your own way. I mean, the opportunities ahead now, chance to win, just they have to be so motivating.